Right. So yeah. Anyway, Casual Friday's here. We're gonna start another week, another episode. We don't even know what number this is because sometimes they don't even make it. So your boy Vance is here, TJ, and we're gonna get right into it. So we got a few categories we're gonna run down. And before we do that, you got any opening statements? It's Mother's Day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Tony, Tara, love you. Shout out to you. Funny memory. I was gonna ask you this one when we got on camera too. I just want to know a memory of since it's Mother's Day, just a memory that kind of stands out to you with yours. But I'll say for mine, out of the hundreds that I have, nothing actually tops having both your moms come to your high school just because of behaviorally misconduct and all this, that, and the third.
Terrible.
Like, everybody in Kannapolis know me somewhat because I was the kid that had one mom come to school one day, had another mom come to school another day.
Yeah.
Because I was just wilding.
No, your father was wilding. That's another story for
another that was football.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to my moms, man. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all for sure.
Yeah, shout out to all the mothers out there, the baby mamas, the wives, the whoever.
Girlfriends, side
pieces, the side babies, you feel me? Yo, it's wild out here. It's wild out here. That's all I can say.
Hey, but I appreciate everybody who's able to co-parent, respectfully do what y'all got to do, because at the end of the day, you still a parent, which, I mean, for some, what greater gift can there be? So, shout out to y'all.
Yeah, now I don't know if I'm ever be lucky enough and all that, but we'll see, because...
Bro, I thought you had two. Just
relax.
Oh, right.
You got a girl. Did you wish her future Mother's Day? You know what I'm saying? For what you preparing for?
I don't have no kids. I don't practice trying to have kids. I do everything within preventative measures.
Sure.
So we don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not time yet.
Yeah, like hopefully Trump don't take away Plan Bs or you'll be out of business. But
you pop them things like Skittles with yours. What you talking about?
Relax.
If you want to do this, we can do this.
Relax.
Oh, all right.
We're going to get into the first topic. The weekly rundown, recap of the biggest sports moments, movie releases, TV show premieres, and major fashion drops. And this week, essentially, the biggest thing that fashion-wise was the Met Gala, but we'll do that in a future topic in a couple minutes. But we do have some big sports news. As me being a Cowboys fan, and I ain't no delusional Cowboys fan. I am just, a casual, because I can't be. We've been so horrible for years that there's no way that we can be enthusiastic, fanatical, or anything like that. At least I can't. We picked up George Pickens, who has been at the Steelers his whole career. I think this is his fourth year. And after his fourth year, he'll be coming up for a contract extension on the rookie deal. He's been a problem child.
Yeah,
and normally, Mike Tomlin will work with the diva receivers before he gives up on them. But he does move off of them once they get to a certain point. All of them, including probably the greatest, Antonio Brown, where it just becomes so much of a problem, you got to get him out the locker room. So we don't have the culture, per se, to kind of deal with him.
At all.
But we have a quarterback that's very mature. He can ride that wave and keep things steady. But if we losing, we have a new coach. Jerry Jones might get a little weird. It could go really bad, or it could go pretty decent. He's not CeeDee Lamb, so he's number two for sure.
Don't get it twisted.
CeeDee don't quit on routes. CeeDee ain't a problem in the locker room. This the whole thing.
Touche. I'm speaking for the statement that you just made.
1,800 yards.
About the film.
1,800 yards though. CeeDee had it almost 2,000.
So when the last time Pittsburgh had a real quarterback?
I don't disagree.
When
the last time Dak was healthy?
What other playmaker did Pittsburgh have?
Listen, I'm not gonna make an argument.
Running back or receiver.
I'm not
be a true and
1,800 yards though.
Even have a squirt of talent like Pickens does at the position. And I'm not excusing nothing because first of all, you're right as far as problem child, all that stuff. But nah.
CeeDee?
As far as what they put on film, it's equal. I don't care what you say.
I don't. We can disagree to disagree.
But
what do you think about the pickup for the team?
This guy here, bro.
I don't believe it.
Go back and watch the Georgia film. That's all I gotta say.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not saying that.
No, but as far as the
because we didn't have a number two. I think this is something we verbalized with each other for a long time.
So falling right into answering your question, y'all have two number ones.
Right.
He's legit a number one. However, yes, even going back to his draft day, he's a meme. Like you can see, like he's on something else. I don't know what it is, but you know, it's a little AB-esque,
For sure.
you know,
I
aura
agree.
around him.
Right.
But the talent is so high off the charts. That's why I'm saying, like him and CeeDee Lamb, I don't see him being a problem with y'all
Right.
because, like, just like we said before, going into this situation, bro, you have a quarterback.
Yeah,
Say what
yeah.
you want about Dak,
Right.
he has the numbers.
Right.
So
yeah, he's solid.
you have a quarterback who can at least get you the ball to make plays. Two, you're going into a situation with other great attributes to the offense because,
Sure.
you know, you guys picked up a running back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
but
picked up a running back, picked up a tight end.
Yeah.
And I feel like we already have a tight end. I don't want to misspeak.
No, for
We have a
sure. The
decent
guy
tight end.
that y'all been had. But so you've had, I'll give you two like reliable weapons, and then you guys have a few guys here and there who can also just contribute,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Turpin and a couple other guys. You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
I'm cool. I want to see how you guys handle this more so than how Pickens handles the situation because, like you
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
there's no real culture for somebody like him to kind of get on track. However, Dallas has always been that type of place for these type of players.
Right.
Like it doesn't matter if it was T.O. Back when we was in high school and Hard Knocks was on. Who was the lineman that y'all just picked up? I think has some controversy with
he
him.
came from the Bengals. I think it's Tank Johnson. Might be
Yeah,
his
something
name.
like that. So yeah, just Pac-Man Jones at the time.
Oh
like,
yeah, we got Pack too.
and was loaded. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah,
So
yeah.
Dallas is no stranger to just dealing with these type of players. That's why I think if there was anywhere else for him to go, Dallas might be the best spot, or like you said, it could potentially just blow up altogether.
Right,
So-
right. And this is a contract year, so I'd expect him to be on his P's
P's
and
and
Q's.
Q's and ball out. And
Right.
who better to help you get your contract than Dak right now? Because
Right.
even if y'all start losing games,
He
gonna
gonna
get
force
your
feed
stats.
you.
Yeah,
He
get
gonna
your
force
stats.
feed you regardless.
And after seeing CD get just completely used and obliterated last year like a rag doll, it was just like, bruh, y'all have to do something else.
Yeah. I
Because even
think
forcing him the ball just didn't look like good football.
you can't. That's not a winning formula when you only have one real player. I forget our second receiver. He's been there for a minute.
First of all,
He's been hurt.
Not Thomas, and not
Let's start with
Cooks.
it. Let me
Gala?
look it up. Yeah,
Where
I
he
think,
been going?
No, I think that's. Let me see. But go ahead. What was you about to say?
But no, I was just saying in general though, when it comes to the Cowboys and and I've said this before, whether I don't know if it was on the pod or just talking in general with you, but when you treat your receiver like a running back as far as how he get his touches, it's never a winning formula ever. It's trash to watch.
Definitely.
As somebody that's played the position, I feel for those guys because it's like, yeah, you getting your touches, yeah, you doing your thing, but if you just let's just say if you got anywhere from 7 to 10 catches in a game, and 4 of those catches are quick screens or like quick 5-yard outs just to get the ball in your hands, and you make a play in space, you really not gonna get off too many times because you can't depend on people on the perimeter to do their job every single time, especially when you got defenders who are just as good at the game when it comes to preparation and film study and things of that nature. Like
Right.
some of those plays you gonna feel that. And that's not, to me, I mean, the game is changing, but to me, that's not what that position is for.
Right.
Like,
right.
you can be way more creative in helping your guys get the ball in space and opportunities to create positive momentum for you offensively. That's just me, though.
Right. Yeah, I agree. And our biggest problem was the running game. It just like Colorado.
Yeah.
If you can't run
And
the
y'all
ball.
are usually having a good running back.
Yeah, we had Pollard. We let him go. Didn't want to pay him.
Didn't want to pay him.
And we bought in Zeke. And
Overweight Zeke. Six-pack was not the same no more.
Zeke is horrible. He's been horrible for years. But the fact that he got a good load of the touches, we had a dual system. It was like, that's ridiculous. So of course we were horrible. And I'm hoping the Pickens thing is a positive and not a negative. But it is alarming to me that Tom let him go. But they did bring in DK Metcalf, so I just thought that would have been the situation. DK and
Oh, yeah,
Pickens.
for the Steelers, that was a big move, too.
Yeah,
big move, too.
like
So
CD and Pickens, I just thought it'd be DK and Pickens, but we'll see.
and that makes sense, too. So, again, I'm happy. I am happy for George just simply because he's going to be in a better position for
Right.
his skill set opposed to DK and who else is over there. I don't know how that's going to end up now because what is
They don't
really
even have a
going on?
quarterback
That's
at
what
the
I'm
moment,
saying.
so yeah.
Like
it
they
could
were
be
playing
bad.
games, and if I'm not mistaken, I've been told like they're entertaining Aaron Rodgers. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He probably will end up a Steeler, but
Don't want to see him in pads no more. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's not even fun to watch.
Yeah. It's definitely over. It's definitely over. So yeah, we'll see about that one. We just got news yesterday that Derek Carr is retiring, and I only put this down because it was just a strange set of events. They could have picked up Shador. They could have picked up any other quarterback. They didn't do it, and their starter essentially retires, which was weird. He had a shoulder injury.
He was with the Saints or the Raiders?
Saints.
He went back to the Saints, right?
No, he never was.
Oh, okay.
Originally
I thought he was
Saints.
there before.
Nah, he was at Oakland Saints. I forget who he played for before then, but anyway, he nobody expected him to retire.
No,
he
but he was on the back end anyway. Not in a
definitely.
bad way, but just like he just wasn't getting it done. Where because remember it was supposed to be a whole thing with him and Devontae in Vegas, and it never came into fruition as far as
he's 34. He our age, bro. He your age. He was born in '91. And a lot of us, it's definitely retiring. It's definitely over.
Sure. Yeah, our era of players that are our age, they're definitely on the back end for sure.
It's definitely over with.
Across the board, basketball, football, all that. So, hey, man, you gave us some highlights. I ain't tripping on them, Derek, but definitely think teams could have had better starters than Derek over these last couple of years, just to be honest. But, when you get paid a certain amount, got to play him.
Yeah, for sure. No, he played at Oakland from 14 till 19. Excuse me. Then they went to Las Vegas, so he was a Raider the whole time. I was thinking like he played for two different teams, but it was just they switched cities. So that's what it was.
Oh, so he was over there with Crab, huh?
Oh, yeah. He might have played with him.
On that back end of his career.
Yeah. Derek Carr was a decent player, but it was definitely about that time. But I thought he had at least 2 more years in him. The last few years haven't been good. So yeah, they could have had Shador, and the fact they passed up on him is weird. And I'm not. It's just I don't know. I'm curious how this whole thing is going to play out. Did you have? I know you said you had some sports topics, or
no? You good? You brought up Shador. I just found it interesting how he was being treated throughout the draft. How everybody had all these things to say negatively about Shador throughout the draft, about all the many reasons they felt that he fell to the 5th round.
Right.
But yet, I've seen Shador on my social media pages. I've seen Shador on the sports news channels, highlights or stories for the day more than anybody else. I haven't seen no coverage. I have seen other rookies, pictures. I've seen a little bit of Travis. I've seen Shador more than everybody.
Right.
And it just rubs me the wrong way because, it's rookie minicamp. There's a little bit of coverage here and there, but like, he's being covered like he was the top guy that we should have all been looking at, which he is. But for the message that the NFL was trying to send to the viewers, the fans, and him, you would think it's a totally different story going into this week of minicamp starting.
Yeah, it's strange to me. It reminds me of Bronny James and people kind of being like, why is he in the league? And we eventually seen he was good enough to be an NBA talent.
Right.
But they were like, he gave him a guaranteed contract, this, that, and the other. The coverage that he's garnering is well beyond the money, whatever money he just made in that contract. Same thing with Shador.
And the 5th round.
Shador getting drafted in the 5th round, the money that he's keeping the lights on until the season starts.
Have to.
And everybody's going to be covering him week in and week out. Where is he at in the depth chart? Yada, yada, yada. And his value is there, clearly. So regardless of what, he might not even have to play this year. He's going to keep the lights on for a lot of people. So it's just crazy to me that it played out like this. But I have seen clips here and there. I've seen Travis do a little. I guess he's playing receiver.
But hold on, time out. Did you see that clip of him running like a route, somewhat of a curl or something like that?
I don't know if I just seen what Junior posted on his page. I'm not sure if he posted the full route. I know I've seen him catch a pass.
I'm asking you, did you see his footwork on this one particular route?
No, I didn't.
So, one, it's minicamp. It looked like it was like walk-through pace, kind of like a little bit of running around.
Yeah,
but
I seen
not like
something like that.
Full tilt go, which, we understand. However, and this could just be being a little nitpicky, but I'm just curious. I seen him break down in like 5 steps. It was like a da-da-da-da-da-da, like instead of the quick 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't know if it's walkthroughs. I don't know if we just going through the plays. Either way, it's cool, but I was just like, that ain't going to cut it.
No, it's not. Well, I think it ain't going. He not until he starts practicing full contact, he might have to make. He won't adjust until then. That's just what I'm assuming.
I'm just curious to see him play receiver. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's really that's all it is. I'm not saying he's not ready. I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
As soon as I seen that, my first initial thought was, nah, that ain't it, Trav.
Yeah, he gonna have to see.
Yeah, like, but then again, if he's not even in the mentality of it's time to go,
and this is rookie training camp,
so like it's probably not even that deep.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not being too particular on what I see from him just at the moment, but I just was like, damn, I guess he is playing receiver, which is I'm fascinated with what this season is going to look like for him, because is he going to go both ways? Are they just going to keep him primarily at receiver and maybe in a nickel package they bring him in on defense, or what are they going to do?
I think preseason is where we'll. I don't know, because of course
he's not going to play preseason.
I was about to say, you at this point in the NFL, we don't even take risks no more with the start.
There's no point. It's too much money. It's too much invested in these players to do it, so it's not. Some players, Andy Reid and certain different teams do it, but if I'm the Jaguars, I can't risk it. Trevor Lawrence might get hurt like he always do.
No, right. I just think when the season starts and once it's time to get serious in terms of the football season,
right?
Then I think they're gonna let him do it just to see what it looks like.
Yeah, I really think you have to
get it on film.
I think you have to.
Everything in football is about, all right, if we need to try something or we want to see something, it's all about let's just do it and see what it looks like on the film, and then we'll build or take it away. So
yeah, because we don't know yet. We haven't seen no film. Shiloh got signed to a 2-year deal or a couple of years? I forget what exactly it is.
But
a couple million.
It was
I'm thinking like, why didn't they draft him? Like, if that was going to be the case, why they? Because I don't think he has the same baggage as, like with Shador. It would just threw me off. I'm like, they gave him a contract already?
I'm not. I mean,
that was interesting.
Shiloh got signed and a contract.
Yeah, undrafted free agent.
Cam,
and maybe that's the norm. I don't know.
Cam, the safety number 7, he's with Tampa with Travis.
Yeah.
Also got signed and got his X amount of million. So that is a thing.
Yeah.
I meant to ask Keon about that, but he had a lot going on today. But that's kind of the norm. So like Keon got signed and he got like a little bit of change for his as well. But
right.
So that's just when they really do like you. You know what I'm saying? And that's I think I was going to say Shador. I think Shiloh definitely was liked by a lot of teams.
For sure. If he coming for a cheap price, let's see what you can do.
I can't say why he wasn't drafted higher, because
I'm not surprised.
Maybe it was the injury that took away from it this season, but he was always one of the top safeties in this country.
Absolutely, I agree, but he didn't. He was. I'm not surprised he didn't get drafted, and I'm not. That's not a shot. I'm just not surprised because
it didn't jump off the screen. But he's a textbook football player,
right.
Especially at his position,
he's gonna get a chance. So. I was just curious. I've seen a lot of him. I've seen a lot of Shador. I did see the quarterback that was drafted with him a little bit, but the coverage on Shador, I forget the guy's name.
The dude from Oregon with Shador?
Yeah. I've seen.
No, don't get it twisted. Went deep into the playoffs. Had tremendous stats. I think he had more touchdowns than Shador.
Yeah.
And more yards than Shador.
But I'll take that out.
But on paper.
If Shador was there, it would have been
because of the politics. We know on paper, because Shador didn't go to the Heisman showcase, whatever it's called, as a finalist. I think he was like, it's like the top 4. I think Shador might have been 5th or 6th or something like that.
Right.
And that's because I think it was an attribute to, I think, a game or 2 that they ended up losing. And at the time, Oregon was rolling.
Yeah.
So you know how that plays a factor.
I'm not surprised by none of that. I'm just saying I seen him. Both of them look decent. Jackson Dart, I seen him slinging the rock. It was like, okay. I mean, he looked good out there and shoulder pads are short.
No,
so.
for sure. But we
gonna see.
How many Oregon quarterbacks have lasted though?
Not many.
So we'll see. Like Mariota, I think either just retired. If he didn't just retire, he's just playing a backup somewhere and just chilling.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the last quarterback from Oregon we can think of.
He backed up the Redskins quarterback.
Jaden,
yeah. He played because Jaden got hurt for like a week or 2. Or he concussed. Something happened to him. But anyway, he ended up playing. He did all right. Yo, that blew my mind. I'm not going to go on a tangent about it, but I just thought Mariota and Jameis, that college thing just blows my mind every time.
Bro,
like it just,
you can really
some guys don't translate.
You can be a college god
Yeah.
and be average or even not that in the
backup.
league.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
but
Yeah.
at the
It's
end of the
rough.
day, if you do cement your name in college, you'll live forever,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and you can eat forever.
Exactly, for sure, for sure. So yeah, that was pretty much all the sports. But Thunderbolts, which we talked about last week, we didn't post. The episode didn't go up for whatever reason. We both enjoyed the movie. Well, I enjoyed it a little bit more. You did like it. It is rolling. It's having a tremendous reaction in the theaters. So a lot of people
Really,
liking it. Yeah, for sure.
I wasn't sure how it was gonna pan out. Again, like I said, with the storyline being focused around mental health, not trying to give a spoiler away, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. But
Yeah.
I mean, it was a creative story to write around that, so I could see, you know what I'm saying. If you can really get lost in the movie, like people have more positive reviews about it, and I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, some of my family members just went. And they said they loved it. So a lot of people do like it.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of people do like it.
Interesting.
Ryan Coogler, Sinners, they just about to pass 300 million, which is
Shout out to
a
Ryan.
major milestone. It's one of the highest grossing
Sixth.
R-rated and
Sixth
horror
best.
films. Yeah, right. I didn't want to give it a number, but yeah, it's making waves. It's insane. When I sat down and watched this movie, I did not think it would have this type of reaction at all. Like, it's crazy to me, and it's been a conversation that has went on and on and on and on in all the little different circles that I've been in. Once it dies out, because they done dogged it out, it gets picked up in a whole nother. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I didn't think it would have that type of cultural impact. It's interesting.
Would you believe me if I told you I thought so?
I mean, I would. If that's how you feel, I ain't going to call you a liar.
I
just didn't.
I only say that because subtract. Okay, so anytime a movie comes out that's supposed to be like super, super hype, I know I'm going to see it on all the socials. If I don't go see it that weekend, because people going to start posting clips, they're going to mobile bootleg it and put some of it on their phone.
Oh,
and
yeah,
show
of course.
people to see,
Of
you know
course.
what I'm
That's
saying?
the standard, yeah.
I was expecting that to come and go because it always happens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm seeing it with Thunderbolts even now.
Right.
However, I started seeing it like it started to feel like the effect of going to the barbershop and it was already on bootleg waiting for you type of vibe. That's what the community was giving with that movie. Like, bro, you gotta go see it. People posting it still a week and a half, 2 weeks in. People talking about it. All different eras of ages of people are talking about it, breaking down what they think about it. I don't care if you was religious and you was breaking down how demonic this movie is, this, that, and the third. It don't matter. Either way, you had a thought on it because you heard so much about it. You had to go see for yourself.
I agree. Shout out to Cooler. Hopefully it continues to do great things.
You pull up on that Star Wars?
Yeah, I want to go see it.
Was it just a day thing for the anniversary?
Yeah, this was what was the movie? It's the Return of the Sith.
Right.
It was the last version or last movie of the prequels, which was number 3 chronologically, but number 6 based on which movie actually came out, because he did them backwards. It's crazy because, and I ain't gonna stay too long on this. He made the second 3 because he felt like he didn't have the technology for the first 3 and what he wanted to portray. Yeah, it's crazy. So
I mean, I can see that because of where we are in time, but
yeah, because it came out in the 70s. Came out in 77.
The Star Wars.
The original 3 came out in 77, and what they look like when we were kids coming up, that was all CGI. They didn't have the technology ready for it. So that's crazy. George looked at it like that. I thought you were talking
about the ones from the 2000s that we grew up on, not the 70s.
No.
Even then, it's not even the same as to now. To when we was watching it as kids, it's even amped up more.
Yeah, of course. Of course, the technology has grown. So that movie still holds up. It was a good watch. I'm into the culture like that, so it was dope to see. Minecraft is creating waves. Been a huge game we've heard in the zeitgeist for years. Mm-hmm. We don't know we have no attachment to it. It's about to make $1 billion. I don't even that's
never
insane
played.
To me.
All I know is when I was teaching, that's all the kids used to talk about.
Right. It just blew my mind because I'm not sure what the last $1 billion movie was. I know Deadpool and Wolverine was. Since then, I don't know, which was almost a year ago. So just the fact that video game movies are creating waves, that might be the new big thing, potentially. I don't know. They're going to come out with a Zelda game.
Did you ever see the Mario movie?
Yeah, of course.
Mario's? Okay.
That hit $1 billion, I believe. Sonic has been going crazy.
Bruh.
Like
I hit you up about Sonic. I ain't even going to hold
you. Yeah, I've already been on games.
Shout out to Jim.
Yeah. That I'm thinking that's just a one-off because of who's in it, and it's really not. If you look at all the game IP movies that's coming out, it's crazy. And we can end this part with this. GTA is coming out. They dropped the trailer. I don't know if you even connected to it.
Wild.
Went insane.
It looked real.
Bruh, that's the only reason I'm talking about, because I can't play RPG games, but yeah.
Let me talk about the obvious. So when the woman is literally walking into the screen,
right.
I really thought I was looking at a real
right.
behind switching back and forth on my television screen.
Right.
And then after about a second, so I'm like, is this a video game?
Yeah.
Because just the motion and everything, I was like, whoa. Because obviously this is what they want us to look at and focus on. But once I took it all in, I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was never a GTA guy.
Yeah, of
I
course.
never jumped all the way in, but I get it.
We got homeboys that live and die by it, which is crazy, if not cousins. And there's a whole group of people who been waiting on, been chomping at the bit to get this game.
Have you ever been that type of person with any video games like that? Like Sims or just those type of what's it called?
RPG
like living games or whatever?
Yeah, RPG.
I was on Sims back in the day, but it
I
wasn't
can't play
like
them.
that. Like,
I get motion sick. So I can't even.
I just get tired of it. Like, what's the point? Like, I literally do all this in real life.
Right.
Well, not all of it, obviously, but
yeah, the graphics on this. There's a game channel, they talk about games. They do like shows. They're deep intellectual dudes that get into the gaming details and what's coming out and all those different type of things. It's called Digital Foundry. You probably don't have any point of reference of them, but they do a lot of clips, and they was talking about the realistic look on them. This is like the first game in this generation that is using the full potential of it, which is crazy. We 5 years in.
Right.
We're not 5 years, 4 years in. This came out over the pandemic, and not one game has been used to the full potential to just regularly run and show all the different capabilities of a PS5 or Xbox Series S or X. It's crazy to me that we've this far into the generation. This is why I don't think this generation is gonna last that long. I think maybe 3 more years or 2 more years before the PS6 comes out, because they have been underutilized. The pandemic kind of threw it out of the swing of what it was supposed to be. But yeah, it's interesting. GTA looks great. I think it's going to be a smash. It's probably going to make $1 billion the first year, the whole 9 yards. So it's crazy.
I believe it. There's so much hype around it.
It's crazy.
Speaking of, I literally was just talking about, you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and give me a PS5. I ain't had a gaming system since maybe 2016, bro.
Yeah, you should find it for a decent price.
And so I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna tap back in, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I see an article about the PX6 getting ready to drop.
You see, those are just rumors. We don't officially know. We don't officially know. You'll get 3-4 years out of it for sure.
Okay, because I ain't trying to.
Because even when it comes out, they're still gonna make games for it for like a year or two after that. Because they still make games for the PS4. Like, it's crazy.
Okay, cool.
So we'll get into some kicks. Our second topic: Fitz kicks of the week. Break down the best athlete outfits, celebrity fashion moments, sneaker releases, and red carpet looks. And I have about 6 or 7 sneakers from this week that's come up. For one, hold on, let me go to this. There was the Varsity Red Air Jordan 1. It kind of looks like
the lows?
No, I'm about to show you. It looks like the almost look like the band ones. They have a different design on the toe of the shoe. Not really a fan of it. I can send it to you just so you can see. Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of it. It looks okay. Is your Bluetooth on?
It should be. Oh, my phone.
Oh, yeah, I just sent it. No, it should.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I'll send these to you as we go along. Not a big fan of them. Like I said, the toe has like a metallic.
Not even.
Right.
Not even, bro.
Right. But
this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the ones got so many different colorways, they can go
and it be
wrong
the same
quick.
Colorways.
They can go wrong quick. We got
like how many times y'all gonna profit off that colorway, dog?
Right.
And just do whatever. Like, for example, this does low key look like the fours when they got stepped on and do the right thing.
Right,
like
right.
if you wanted to, like Jordan could probably say like, oh, get the stepped on ones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you could name that these and they would sell out. But like y'all sold this shoe 5 different times.
Yeah, they done remixed it 1,000 times. I would just prefer them. Why not just make the band one in pristine, put in pristine quality and give everybody who wants them a pair, rather than keep them so exclusive, rather than remixing colorways that's going to easily go on. Click that. That's going to easily go.
Oh
the
yeah,
discount marks.
I'm glad we're talking about this.
Yeah, and then we'll go next, because we just going to rapid fire wing on, you know what I mean? Then we got the Air Max 95 OG grape colorways returning in 2026. I'm a fan of the 95s, the Air Max 95s. They're dope. It's a This is a mode that'll never get old to me. It just depends on the colorway. So yeah, what's your thoughts on them?
Bruh, when I transferred to my college,
I'm gonna send you a couple of these. So
all right, cool. When I transferred to my college from Kansas back in 2011, this is when I finally was able to get back into kicks, because I didn't want to buy a whole bunch of kicks while I was in Kansas because I had to move all that stuff.
Right.
But I remember moving back and everybody was like, "Bro, you ain't got no Air Max 95s?" I'm like, "What?" Like, so I finally I look them up and I'm like, "All right, cool. Like, I remember seeing these. Let me get me a pair. I can get a pair now."
Yeah.
Copped them, put them on. Looked crazy on my feet. Like,
oh, you didn't like them?
I did not like how they looked on my foot. Like, it's one of them shoes where the silhouette looks good to the eye when you're not wearing them. For me,
yeah, I know exactly what you're
like,
saying.
I had
know
the
exactly
blue
what
pair
you're saying.
and I had the orange pair, and every time I wore them, I was like,
yeah, you wasn't feeling them.
nah. Shout out Larry. You know what I'm saying? I named my orange ones Larry after. You know what I'm saying? But
relax.
Anywho, I said never again. I will never buy them. I'm an Air Max 1 guy. I can cop Air Max 1s over and over like a pair of white Air Forces.
Oh yeah,
bro.
right.
That's what the 95s are to me. I mean, excuse me. That's what Air Max 1s are to me for people who like 95s.
Right. Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
I've never owned a pair, but I feel like
I would love to see you get a pair because of how big they are.
I feel like I'm going to have the same reaction that you have, unfortunately, it scares me low key. But
nah, go ahead and get a pair. I can't wait. Don't try them on either. Just grab them.
No way. So we'll get into the next shoe, which will be the Kobe's. The Kobe 1 when he returned to Nike. He scored 81 points in these joints. I'm a fan of this silhouette. It's dope, but it's not nothing I would rock. I remember when these came out. This is when we were in high school. There was no hype. Like there was, they're a dope shoe. Somebody had them that went to our school. How you feel about them? So you wasn't hooped in them?
I didn't want none of them Kobe's that he came out with when he came to Nike, except for the 2K4s and the 2K5 Hirachis. And then when he probably got to like the low tops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but all those big bulky shoes, Kobe, you could have kept them.
Yeah, I didn't mind these. It was the ones after this with the mesh pattern on the side. Horrible.
I don't like none of these. I don't like none of these.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad. Like, I'm saying the hooping, that's all you can do.
I don't like none of them. I didn't want to hoop. Bro, first of all, let's be clear. We are early 90s babies.
Right.
We wasn't hooping in them Kobe's like that. Like you had the Olympic ones that were were those
Hyper Dunks?
Yeah, the Hyper Dunks.
Yeah.
You had the Hyper Dunks that he hooped in. Those was cool. Like I said, the 2K4 Hirachis, the 2K5 Hirachis, those were all cool.
Pretty much everything after that was good.
But those that Kobe 1, 2, and I think the 3, them big boat.
I think it was up to like the 4 maybe.
First, we didn't even see kids our age when we was in high school and college hooping in them like that.
Nah.
They were sitting for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it was nothing just to cop those.
That's what I said, yeah.
I remember these being in like a white and red color. I remember these shoes like when we were in our late
I think they were
teens.
white, red, and black.
Yes.
I think the purple was swapped out with the black.
People was not rocking these like that on the court. Like
no.
Kobe's didn't blow up until the Kobe 4.
Yeah, I forget which one. Yeah, whenever he went low, that's whenever like a whole.
And that's around
that created a whole
08,
other
09, going into the end of high school.
Oh yeah,
And he won the championship.
probably like 10. Yeah. Right.
Bro, was not bruh, no, bruh. These is not it.
So the next one we're gonna go to the Zion 4s, which I didn't even realize he was at his 4th shoe. They're not bad. They're not bad to me. I'm not gonna strictly, and these are strictly hooping shoes.
No, 100%. I gotta see them on foot.
Tatum's look pretty cool. Which I know you had we sent a screenshot. I didn't send you the Tatum.
The 3?
Yeah, the ones you sent me, they're decent. I like
As
them.
a hoop shoe, I'm not mad at them. I don't like some of the colorways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
And
look crazy,
the
but
Lucas as well. These 3 shoes aren't hard. They kind of look the same in certain ways.
I don't like none of Zion shoes and Lucas shoes.
They're okay. I think they're okay.
If we were on the AAU team and we were sponsored, I'd hoop in them.
Yeah.
Am I asking my dad and my grandpa to go get them? No.
Unless, if you found them for a hell of a price, that's different.
They're
not
like
a bad shoe.
It's cool.
They're not even a bad shoe. Yeah,
I've seen people hoop in them.
I'm looking at them like the colorway, it depends on colorway, they look all right.
But I'll put each other like this because it's a low top and I'm very specific with my low tops because anytime first of all, we've hooped for years. So I've rolled my ankles in a
of course. It doesn't matter, yeah.
But anytime I've copped a low pair of kicks, it's 90% guaranteed I'm going to roll my ankle.
Yeah, for sure.
And I can tell when I put my foot in a certain shoe, I just feel more secure. If it's a low top, I'll feel more secure by the technology that I feel has been put into the shoe, i.e. Kyrie's, KD's, on some, not all, because some KD's I really don't like to hoop in.
Man, I hate, oh my God, I don't even get me started on them
I can't
KD's.
think of any other ones off the top of my head, but so I've looked at Lucas a couple times. I've tried on a pair to see if I would hoop in them. I just didn't like how, it didn't feel like a lock-in shoe for me.
Right.
But Lucas not a shifty guy either.
Not, obviously.
So yeah, not for sure.
The shattered backboard ones.
Flame. Mad I couldn't get them the first time.
And it's, I like them, but I don't, the hype around them is insane to me. I'm just like, damn, I didn't know people was liking them like that. They dope though, don't get me wrong.
I'm still trying to figure out where all this hype be coming from for people to buy all these shoes as fast as they can.
Just for them to sit on StockX and...
Or the resale stores in the mall.
Yeah, and the prices, it's so crazy to me. A year ago, Kanye's was going for so much, and now, and that's kind of self-inflicted.
I'm about to say, he
the price for the shoes have drastically dropped, which is just insane to me. But we're not going to spend too much. But the Shadow Backboard is definitely dope.
No, I like this colorway. I just wish, I don't understand how the hype just got
Went
to
so
a point.
crazy,
like, bump social media, bump all that. Y'all mean to tell, like, I just don't see people going that crazy for all these shoes, bro.
And
for every single shoe.
And we don't even see them out in the wild that often. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all just keeping them and holding them, which is crazy. The next shoe I'm going to get into is the Shea Gilbert. I like the silhouette. It's not a bad shoe. And this is New Balance, I believe, right? Converse.
Yeah,
no,
Converse,
yeah. Which, it doesn't look like a traditional Converse shoe. All we pretty much know them for is the Chucks, but it's a decent shoe. I'm not mad at it.
I mean, Converse used to be the NBA shoe back in the day, but
sure. So you like this silhouette?
Honestly, I'm not. One, it's new, it's innovative. I'm not gonna say I don't like it.
Right.
I put this in the same category as Jaylen Brown's shoe.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
If I could, I would definitely love to just strap them up, hoop in them, see how they feel, go through the whole thing. But honestly, it just looks like a default 2K shoe.
100%.
Like, it's just
because there's no logo on it.
I have nothing bad to say about it. Like, I just like the fact that he has that much creative control with Converse, and I mean, based on his skill level and who he is in the NBA, like, he deserves that. So
for sure.
I'm not mad at it. I can appreciate it, and it's just like, all right, cool. We got guys who are pushing the envelope. I'm not mad at it.
For sure.
And which we've had over the last 20 some odd years, whether it's the Starberries, Dadas, like we've had NBA players with their own off-brand type of
the Kyrie
situation
and the
going.
Klay Thompson.
Even the Antas, AR has a shoe.
Right. Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys that have shoes. The Lenning line, they signed a lot of people in the NBA. So yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne was like the first signature athlete that we know. The next one is the steel toe or the steel tins with the toe cap on them. This is how they originally looked.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
Yeah, this is how they originally looked. It doesn't look bad to me because I thought I was going to dislike it a lot more than what it actually it is. But I definitely prefer no toe cap. Just me personally.
No, same. Funny story. I call these my child support shoes because one time I was 8th grade. I got mad at my mom. I was just like, I feel like bruh, single mom, we trying to make things work, but I'm just like, where the bread at? Like, we getting child support checks, you work, where the bread? Like, I need to buy something. I'm at that age where I just want to be fresh. She got so frustrated with me, bro. She just gave me my whole check one time. Gave me the whole child support check one time and said, look, when it's gone, it's gone. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. First thing I bought was these because they had just came out. I bought, but they didn't have that toe stitching on the front?
No, they never released them like that ever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like that was the original design though. Like before they came out, that was what Tinker had drew up, and that's what it initially was gonna come out like. And maybe there was a small limited run, but after that, they took the toe cap out, which is interesting.
That made me like 10s though, because I bought them just because they was J's. These J's at the time, like I said, this is 8th grade, so this is what?
They retros at the time for sure.
05? Yeah, so it was like, yo, we don't see too many people with these J's. They don't come out that much. I'm a cop.
Yeah, they don't.
They were comfortable.
Yeah.
They lasted me a long time. They definitely creased immediately, but I didn't care. Like, it still went with my fits. But once after a while I warmed down, I started hooping in them. Bro, one of the most comfortable pair of J's I ever hooped in.
Yeah, no, they're a dope shoe.
Great shoe.
It's several different colorways I like. And the last final shoe we're going to get into is the Jordan 5 Fire Red. I like the 5s, never owned a pair. This is a classic colorway, one of the original colorways. I like them. Definitely not, I probably will never cop them, but I just like. I'm just one. They announced that they're coming out next year. Or,
bruh, I love shoes.
Excuse me, not announcing, but they sent out the official images. And all these shoes that we're naming, either they gave official images this week, or they announced that they're coming out in 2026.
This might be Keon. Well, it ain't his first pair of J's. My dad done bought J's for his overtime, his kids. But this might be Keon's. I want to say his first pair of J's coming into like being a teenager. I think he had them in like 7th grade, bruh.
Hard.
They lasted for a little while. I remember coming home from school one time, bro. I seen them things covered in mud.
Oh, not the 5s.
It was brown. I was like,
not the 5s.
Yo, bro. My dad was so heated. I don't think he said nothing about it. He was just like, yeah, I ain't doing this no more for him. Like,
yeah, I feel him. Forget that.
That's crazy, bro. Like,
are you a 5 guy? You gonna cop?
Did I have a pair of 5s?
I feel like you did. No, maybe you
did. No, I had some black and orange ones. They were Shoemans though.
Oh yeah.
All black with the orange stitching.
Yeah, right.
They held up for years.
I forgot about
like
those.
They didn't change shape. They didn't have crazy crease, bruh. Fire. I had some great Shoeman shoes throughout my time. If you came across a good pair, you hit.
Yeah.
But if you didn't,
yeah, they looked crazy.
Soul might might fall off in the middle of a basketball game.
Yeah,
shout out to the homie. But yeah,
it's insane.
I didn't, but nah, just 5s in general, bulky, and wasn't my favorite.
Yeah, they cool. Yeah, they're decent at best.
Oh, don't forget though, the Cement 4s just came out this past weekend.
Okay. Oh yeah, them your type of shoes. You might as well get them. Blow the bag, man.
I wanted to, but nah. I'm a cop something else later on this year. But
the Cement 4s.
Those are my favorite 4s. That's my favorite 4s.
Yeah, the dope shoe.
My memory with those. I took my ex to get those for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Stood in line with people, talked to an old head, everything, like just a good, like a OG shoe copping story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, shout out to the 4s. Those are a dope shoes. Those lasted me probably 4 or 5 years before I was like, can't really dress them up no more.
No, dope shoe. So next topic on the screen: deep dive into a new movie, show, or even a trending documentary.
Cool.
So now,
because I got one.
Oh, that's perfect. It's crazy because you hit me up. Is a documentary that it's a series. They've done a series. They did a Johnny Manziel, Manti Te'o. I forget a few different ones, but I don't know if it's ESPN associated or it's associated with a bigger brand. They did the Gilbert and the what is the guy? I forget the guy's name. I'm gonna look it up. The Gilbert gun situation came up.
Right.
And I watched it Tuesday, Wednesday. You hit me up like Thursday or Friday about it.
Yeah, it was like a day or so after it dropped, and I had time.
And I ain't even say nothing about it.
Right.
I just had to watch it because Gil has become this public figure. He has a big podcast, big platform. Shout out to Gil. Well, he's told these stories, but we never really heard the other side of the story. And let me look up the guy's name. I thought it was a great documentary. It was because all we knew about was he bought guns to the stadium. He got suspended. That pretty much changed the trajectory of his career. On top of the fact that he had a knee injury that essentially took him out anyway.
Right.
And he was recovering from that in the midst of all that. And they gave the background of how much of a pain Gilbert was to deal with. He's a guy who jokes and takes it way too far.
Too far.
Constantly. He just walking that line.
Him and Shaq.
He don't care if he get beat up.
Him and Shaq, bro.
No. Gilbert is a whole nother level because you can beat up Gil and he'll still do it. Yeah, you're not doing that with Shaq.
Shaq is pooping in your shoe.
Dog, he never brought guns to the locker room.
I mean, yeah, but we just talk about playing way too far.
Gil is the all-time worst teammate. Like, I don't care what nobody. We watched the film of Gil torturing these dudes.
But hey, listen, Swaggy staying with him. He the only one that was able to like.
And he tortured Swaggy.
But
till this day.
They got a great dynamic though. So
they do.
He get it, but Gil was definitely tripping though throughout that whole doc, bro.
No, he Jarvis Crittenton is his name. Dang,
he just got out. When I seen the date, I was like, yo, that's just now?
It's from
back then?
10 years. That's it.
Yeah, but I forgot all about it.
Or excuse me, was it 10 or 20? I forget. Because I feel like he had a 20-year sentence and it was 10.
Oh, was it 03, 07? Let me see.
Yeah. Anyway, we messing up the facts of the documentary. Yeah. It was a very eye-opening documentary. It showed the dynamic of Crittenton, who had all this potential, had a certain trajectory. He was a little frustrated with how the NBA career was playing out. And just by a teammate who Gil got love for everybody, but he don't have no filter. He don't have no chill button. And it was on full display. He ends up compounding on a situation that this guy was, because by the time he got there, he had already had the Crip tattoos and he was wilding.
That was crazy. Nah, because time out, because I definitely wanted to touch on that when I seen that, because I was like, he was sentenced to 23 years in prison, but it got reduced to 10.
Yeah, okay.
But, didn't know he got drafted by the Lakers first and foremost. I'm going to be honest.
I remember him vaguely.
Knowing what we know about the NBA now, being drafted, especially then, getting drafted to the Lakers then.
Wasn't good.
That's not, he was set up for failure from the jump.
Wasn't good.
But, bro, it's just crazy when cats go to LA and they just young, bro.
Get entrenched in that, because it looks appealing to a degree.
I felt sorry for him because y'all set him up for that. Like, he's in LA, he's 19, he knows nobody, has no family.
Got robbed.
Then he's just outside.
Right.
Because like Gil used to talk about when he first got into the podcast, but he was like, bruh, we have 10 plus hours of free time after we work out for 4 hours.
Right. So
all we gonna do is go to the strip club, hang out with these type of girls, saying in general.
Yeah.
But bro, you in LA, and the next thing you know, buddy pop up with a Crip tat. Like, oh, that's just my homie. Swaggy was even like, because I didn't
He's
know
from there.
I didn't know, but he was saying like they would work out over the summer, so they already had their own connection.
Right.
So when that report led to him seeing his homie like with the tat, and I seen the tat, I sat up. I was laying down watching. I sat up like, whoa. Oh, you bugging, bro. You're bugging. And you're from Atlanta?
Oh, my
You're
God.
bugging. I don't even know who he was around. But then as he got more into the story, it's like, that's...
He was a lost kid.
That's the domino effect when you out there.
No father figure, which we don't try to make that a curse, but it's just a harsh reality across all demographics of not having a father figure, having a certain type of negative effect, a net negative on you. The Crip tattoo is so alarming to me because of what we see today from the no jumpers of the world.
Right.
And
this is back in prime COVID era, so we know.
Wild situation. For you to even be associated, you could have ended up losing your life. Had you stayed there longer, you might have ended up losing your life. But he ends up going on to take somebody's life who, another situation where he was robbed back in his hometown, he sees the guy, shots are fired, he ends up hitting an innocent bystander. Right. She loses her life, and we got to see that whole different side, which is crazy.
That was crazy, too.
It just was like,
it went to a whole other direction.
Yeah.
But it was a clear indicator of just how far decisions can drag you down or even, propel you, depending on the situation. But for him in that instance, it was just so crazy he couldn't catch a break because how everybody was so quick to write him off just based off of an incident he didn't start.
Right.
And also an incident that he didn't ignite or elevate. Like, it was Gilbert. Bruh, first of all, the situation was supposed to die.
Yeah, for sure. Like, for sure. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? And then
had it been left to them, it would have died. But that reporter who was known for breaking stories came in, got wind of it.
No. I'm not even talking about that. Okay. I'm talking about, I think they did that on an away game or something like that. They came back to Washington And Gil was on it days later, like, yeah, cool. He said he was going to do it. I'm
I
going to
see
go
what
ahead
you're
and
saying.
bring
Right.
it. Like, Gil, it was over
Yeah,
and done
no, I
with,
agree.
bruh.
I was
Like,
straight up.
if we just playing and we joking, and then on top of that, how you going to start to take it personal when he said, oh, I'll shoot you in your good knee? And, bro, you over here making the jokes from the jump, and all of a sudden somebody threatens your knee, and it's just like, oh, now we going too far, so we going to do. Come on, bro.
Like I said, Gil, you talking about Shaq, he does not compare. Gil is like the worst
I'm
on
speaking
record.
strictly on playing with your teammates, cracking jokes and pranks
Yes,
and all
it's
that.
a lot of them.
That's
It's a lot
all I'm
of them.
saying. But
Gil
yeah,
is the worst.
That was crazy though. But
He said he got beat up multiple times. Like, why don't you stop? But anyway, it was an interesting doc. I forget the name. I think it's called The Shooting Guard. Yeah.
But no,
if you are interested, check it out. So, and you said you had a documentary.
Oh no, it's not a documentary. So I want to say it came out this weekend, or maybe it didn't come out this weekend, but it is new. So I started watching the show Forever on Netflix.
Okay.
I'll give it a coming of age type of drama series, but it's a
Right.
great show, and it's just based on like basically two high school kids going through the ups and downs of a relationship, and you're getting all of the dynamics of like how they get poured into, not only by their elders, whether it's Lovey Smith, who's playing Keisha, love her to death. She's fire. She has a grandpa and a mother in her life. It's based in California, LA couple. But both are athletes. Michael Cooper Jr., who plays Justin Edwards, who is also the male lead in this. All I can say is, bro, if you watch it, you literally go back through all your nostalgia of what you went through in high school with girls you liked and those type of situations, the highs, the lows.
Yeah.
And it was just so interesting to watch because, like I said, because of all of that, bro, I'm laughing. I'm getting anxious watching stuff going on. There's a basketball scene in there where he kind of takes charge of the situation going on in his life. And matter of fact, I'll give you one little part of it. So he likes Shorty. Shorty's dealing with a high-profile athlete that she's trying to get away from because of something that happened, right? He's trying to, like, the dude that she's trying to no longer be with is still trying to like get back in her life. So he's seeing that, but she's also being honest with him. But it's like so rocky and stuff because he likes her. He's messing up. Then he tries to get her to forgive him, and then vice versa. So fast forward, she's trying to make things right. Goes to a basketball game, but they're playing each other. Mm-hmm. But her friend, so let's just say she goes to Concord, he goes to Mount Pleasant. Her boyfriend is hooping for Concord, and they're playing Mount Pleasant, and she's sitting on Concord's side. But her friends also go to Concord, but she ended up transferring schools. But she went to the Concord side to sit with her friend.
Right.
Dude from Mount Pleasant starts going crazy. Has a great game, tremendous game. Beats the ex-boyfriend. It's a crazy, like, high energy scene. She comes over to talk to him, and she's like, "Yeah, you came to the game with your boys, sat on this side. Like, how am I supposed to take you serious? Like, you came to see me." And she's just like, "Nah, like, this is what it is." Buddy walks up. He's like, "Yeah, exactly. Gone." You know what I'm saying? She follows this man all the way out the gym. Like, he tells his parents, like, "Nah, I got to ride home, this, that, and the third." Gets on the bus. She gets on the bus. They're going all over God knows where because he's just trying to prove a point. She got an attitude. And she's like, "Yeah, nah, I'm going wherever you're going. You need to chill." And they get back on track. It's hilarious, but it's just a good show. I can't really explain it all in the words. It has Wood Harris in it playing the father. This is a great, great show, movie, whatever, where you have a great black family dynamic of all different type of backgrounds, and also seeing how important having a father in the house, a father figure is important to you, and how a father is supposed to help his son navigate, being in a relationship at a young age, how
Right.
you're supposed to show up as a man at this young age.
Right.
You ever see Love Don't Cost a Thing?
Yeah.
Like there's like a scene like that with the condoms and everything in there. It's not as funny, but it's just it's like a subtle but important scene in the movie, just letting you know, like, yeah, this is what your father's supposed to be on.
Right.
And it's just cool. I could ramble about it all day, bro, but I definitely encourage you to watch it when you got some time. I encourage viewers, listeners, whoever, bro, check it out, make it go up. It's definitely just a good rewatch. I got 2 more episodes to finish.
Right.
But I tried to binge the whole thing last night, and I just got tired. But no, it's great, phenomenal. Supporting cast is great. Main characters are great. Definitely just brought back some memories. That's
Yeah,
why I
yeah, I'm
tapped
sure
in
it
with
did. I'm sure it did.
Nah, it's hilarious.
For me, I'm not, I'm on demon
Listen, I know
time.
you don't want to remember your bachelor days, you know what I'm saying? Because you
I
was the
don't.
man, you know what I'm saying?
I'm still living my bachelor days. TJ is in a relationship right now, so he's all this
Bruh,
type of stuff
you
just
say anything on
bottles
camera
up,
to get the attention off you. Stop
bottles.
lying
It
on
just
me. Stop
bottles
lying
up
on me.
and overflows that he loves this type of content. For me, I'm working in a hurt place, so
You're a
I
great.
want
You are
none
a
of it.
great deflector. That's why you're still single. So it's cool.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm
you're
single
right.
too because I got stuff
No,
to
you're
work
not.
on. You know what
You're
I'm
not.
saying? So,
You are on the way father. You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
bro, don't put that on me. I don't have no kids. I ain't expecting no kids. Ain't no pregnancy test. Periods ain't been missed. I'm on thou.
Wow, you getting real vulgar in
Nah,
here.
yeah, because I gotta just make sure, like, because
I
words
mean,
are powerful.
that's allegedly.
Nah,
That's
words
allegedly.
are powerful. I ain't playing with you.
Allegedly.
I ain't playing with
Allegedly.
you. Nah, I ain't
But
allegedly.
we gonna get into
Factual.
crossover moments and wrap this thing up. Like we said at the beginning, Met Gala had happened this past week. Now we've seen these Met Galas go on for years. I never really looked into them like that. We just see the
I want to know what
very
it
flamboyant. We are very flamboyant outfits, and it's just not regular stuff. There's not nothing about it is regular. So I decided let's kind of get a little bit of a background on what the Met Gala is. So we're gonna go right to Wikipedia, and it reads: the Met Gala, formerly called the Costume Institute Benefit, is an annual haute couture fundraising festival held for the benefit of Metropolitan Museums of Arts, Costumes Institutes in Manhattan. The Met Gala is popularly regarded as the world's most prestigious and glamorous fashion event. Attendees are given the opportunity to express themselves through fashion, often producing elaborate and highly publicized outfits inspired by the evening's theme and broad culture context. The event is known as the fashion's biggest night, where I don't know how, if y'all know how to say this, it's Haute, Hute culture, I don't know, I'm probably butchering it, and intersects with history to create the ultimate culture moment, all in the name of art, and innovation is highly sought after. Personalities are perceived to be culturally relevant to contemporary society amongst various professional spheres, including fashion, film, television, music, theater, business, sports, tech, social media, and politics are invited to attend the Met Gala. Organized by the fashion magazine Vogue. So this is a Vogue.
Vogue event.
Yeah, Vogue event. I don't know. Yeah, anyway.
So celebrities and rich people get together, dress up, and they just fellowship with each other, and then end up.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, I heard Charlamagne talk about like they end up donating to a charity of a certain choice. So rich people just get together, give some money away, but they just make it dress up. They just dress up to for the event. Okay.
Yeah. So
I ain't mad at it. I mean, it just is what it is.
It's yeah. Because we've always seen it. Whenever it comes around, everybody posts it. All outlets, whether you're a fashion outlet or whatever,
takes over everything.
Right, and it's hard to kind of interpret the outfits because it's like this. You'll never see this outside of this event.
The event for sure.
Like this is not going to be what people wear, right, or any of that thing. So it's interesting to see these different outfits because I'm sure they cost a lot of money to actually put together. And how far can fashion designers actually go when they just given a blank canvas and being as extreme and on theme as they want to be?
Right.
Was there any particular individuals you wanted to point out that you liked their outfit or thought whatever they were dope or you know what I'm saying?
For me, Tiana Taylor, she's everything when it comes to just being fly and as unique as I thought let me make sure I say her name right. Janelle Monáe's outfit was.
Yeah.
Because she definitely stood out, and this is right up her alley. I thought Tiana's just topped her just slightly, just slightly, but both of them just did their thing with this. Justin Jefferson, Halle Berry. Halle Berry had a little bit of people giving her some negative backlash on her fit. I don't know why. I thought she looked stunning as always.
Yeah, for sure.
Lakeith Stanfield, Coleman Domingo as always. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Savannah James looked amazing. And I seen a lot of different men just in general look just dapper and handsome. They just put it all together. It was me particularly. I'm a big fan of pinstripes, just suits. I can't remember the names of who it was, but I did see some men wearing zoot suits. If you don't really know the history of zoot suits, it's like an old fashioned timepiece that people used to wear in like the 20s, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Used to be associated as what you could say streetwear as it is today, because as of back then, like that's what people would look at to try to profile a certain type of person or age group of people.
Back in the day, they used to wear suits. That was the dress down, the dress up. It was all suits,
right?
And that's just how the look that most people wear at the time. When we look at the mob movies and things like that, that was like the look of everybody. Everybody showed up everywhere in a suit. That's all they did. So, and it wasn't just a mob. It was like everybody.
Nah, for sure.
If you had any type of economic status, your suits were just sharper. So yeah, I to play on that time is pretty dope. I wasn't really paying attention to the suits like that. To where it's burned in my mind. I didn't see anything that offended me, so I could say that.
Nah, without all the flamboyancy of the event itself, I would still wear those type of suits to this day, just because of how fly I think they are. Like I remember seeing them rocking them in like Malcolm X. I think maybe even Hood
I was just thinking about that.
Like just those type of suits. And then me personally, I've always loved the spatted shoe look from back in the day. Like I would rock that to this day still. Like I think that's a very clean, just a fly look, bro. Like
yeah. I mean, I do get it when people, because I've heard these conversations like, oh, America used to dress a lot better back in the day. It's just I don't agree with that. I just think that was the fashion of the time. We still can wear that type of look, and there are people who rock that look every day, like Patrick Bet-David, all them guys. People that are in politics. That's more or if you have like a corporate job and you're like a higher up, that's normally where we see that type of look from, where the suits and the blazers and all those different type of things, which is dope. I'm not mad at it, but I think you should be able to do both.
For sure.
And
it's cool to do
baggy
both.
and skinny is in style right now. It's never has there been a time where both of those ran together. It was either one or the other. One was completely out, or one
and bell bottoms.
Yeah, everything.
Everything's in style.
Yeah, so and it's really just been like that over the last like 2 or 3 years. Really turned the corner. It was straight skinny. Then they brought the baggy look back, and now you can see it all, depending on where you at. And there is still people out there that look wild in whatever they got going on. So I think the Met Gala is an interesting thing to see. When LeBron, who made the announcement like, yeah, me and my wife gonna be there? I think that might have been LeBron. So they take it serious.
Yeah, he was supposed to. He got hurt, but he said he was supposed to be there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. So they take it serious. It's dope to see.
Savannah looked so stunning. Not in a crazy lustful, like just her fit, specific, her dress, her gown, whatever. Yeah. Man, Kerry Washington looked nice. Zoe Zaldana, yeah, looked amazing too. I ain't really like her wig like that, but that's neither here nor there.
She looked fine to me. I ain't hating on it.
Just so many people just look great, man. Like normally, the Met Gala is more of a spectacle of like people laughing, like look how crazy these people went with their outfits. But like, nah, this one was well received by just viewers in general. Like people just sitting up, looking, talking about it, tweeting, Instagram and whatever. Like it was fly.
Yeah, so I don't know if there'll be any other fashion events, but we'll cover them as they come. I think it's dope to see certain individuals in a little bit different light, like an actor or athlete, entertainer, whatever it might be. Because sometimes you don't never see some of these people outside of their shows. You might rarely see them in the in a fashion light, so it's dope to see.
I didn't say Odell. Did I say Odell?
No, you ain't saying, but
Odell kind of been off the scene lately.
I mean,
now that I'm thinking about it,
he been out the spotlight, so he just slowly fading out. Shout out to OBJ though, had a hell of a run.
Most def.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this episode. Like, subscribe, tune in if you made it this far. We should be able to do the clips now. The audio has just been a struggle with the mics and all that stuff. So we're trying out some new things. Hopefully it goes smoothly this week. And with that being said, we out.